everybody! Welcome to 428 Shibuya Scramble. Hello, Void Dweller, Apparition, Jess, and Oe! Thank you, Oe, especially for helping with these technical issues that was having this game, because of reasons I can't comprehend, does not support the mouse. Literally, it's just keyboard controls. That's kind of spiky, that sound there. 428 Shibuya Scramble. I've heard a lot about this game in terms of its quality. Absolutely nothing about it in terms of story. I do know that it's done in a very unique style using, I think, live action photographs. And that it's very good. I know absolutely nothing else about it otherwise, so there's not much to say in this introduction. So let's get right into it. Do you want the guide to gameplay? Yeah, sure. I know nothing about this game. Damn, that sound effect is very spiky. Story is a work of fiction. Of course it is. By Team Danganronpa. Literally. Spike Chunsoft. Right there. Whoa! I love the music so far. That's quite loud. Narumi Kano, Kasuyamano, Yuto Nakamura. Fumio Kitagami and Takuji Oyama. God, this soundtrack bops already. Hello, Zarmegas. Shinsaku Kudo, Jack Woodyard. Ryoko Kobayashi. Rooftop Soccer. Going on, and there it is. Where's Sora? Naoki Saka and Hideki Sakamoto, you've already done a fantastic job, because I fucking love this song right here. Hello, NGH! Welcome to the stream. The world doesn't change so easy. Live action character Yasutaka Mori. Playing a visual novel in the live action production in Twin Japan. Now I see it's going. Zooming on some yellow balloon or a blimp, I guess it is. There we go. Interrupt this program for breaking news regarding the Shinjuku hostage situation. Middle-aged man in a ski mask took several employees hostage at an office in Shinjuku before barricading himself inside. I hope it's not all like this so I can read it out now 3 hours have passed. Employees believe the suspect to be a man named Kitajima. I've been deceived, such as prior dealings with another company in the building, and is experiencing money problems. I've been deceived, Alpha. Authorities believe Executive producer, Jiro Ishii. Shibuya's story is yours to tell. Achi. Oh my god, this is some 13 Sentinel shit right here. As you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. In 428, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact their experiences as you read the story. Oh wow, there's choices. Okay. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. Hopefully you can see them all through to the end. Well, that's my goal. To start, you have two characters, Shinya Kano and Achi and Tomi. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. Sure. Oh yeah, that's right. No mouse. There we go. Enter is okay. Just 2 more minutes to go. Hello, Mirage. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. It has like 50 bad endings. Oh god, oh wait. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line here. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really gonna show up? When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? The music is fucking phenomenal. The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dangers beneath. Of the dozens of detectives hidden in its mist. Let's see. Damn. I'm guessing this is by the same guy we saw, so he looks pretty serious. I'll give him the Michelle voice. Alright, another minute and a half. Yep, he's an Edgeworth type for sure. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the enforcement arm of Shibuya's criminal affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript attaché case. I've seen that word used in so many visual novels, and I still don't know how to pronounce it properly. Is it attaché? Is that the right way to say it? I have no fucking idea. Hitomi Osawa, age 19. He does, Jess. The attaché case in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Yesterday, your twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. Oh my god. I told you guys, it never fails. Never fails. Every single Let's Play is going to be somehow connected to Umineko. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night, at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear.
Come on, Kano. Quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you?
Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. God. It's not... There we go. You're too nervous. Just for... Oh, that's him.
You're too nervous. Just relax already.
You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned.
Why would some homeless guy be talking to me?
Oh wow, okay. Some words and phrases in the text appear in blue. These are called tips. More Higurashi stuff. Press tab to underline a tip, then press face. This will let you read some extra info relating to that word or phrase, or you could just have a mouse to click on it, but I guess such technology is far beyond you, Spike Chunsoft. There are tips containing general knowledge and ones that are 428 specific. These are marked with a magnifying glass and 428 respectively. Why not? 428 Shibuya Precinct. Okay, it's basically just describing all the prefectures that, neighborhoods that this particular police department is in charge of. Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. He always went a little overboard with the disguises. Okay, so it's a disguise. Well, I knew it was a disguise, but I mean, like, he doesn't usually look that scruffy, I'm assuming. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was that he just liked playing dress up. Sounds like we got a buddy cop thing going on here.
Hey pal, spare some change?
Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano.
Hey, knock that off!
Fittingly for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly.
Well, ain't so suspicious now, huh?
He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempts to pull away.
Come on, Sasayama, cut it out!
Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was good reason for that confidence. This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. Yep, okay. Basically, a basic definition of what a jurisdiction is. Yep. Okay, you guys can read this if you want. It's just no different. But they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. The statue of Hachiko. Yep. Sometimes 2 or more tips. Press tab repeatedly to change which words are underlined. Yep. Highlight, yes. Okay. Yeah, the statue of Hachiko, that's been in a lot of things. Bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyalty, waiting for his absent master. Well known as a meetup spot outside of Shibuya Station. Other popular meetup spots at the station are a display car for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moyai statue by the west entrance. Let's talk about HQ. Refers to the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup if the kidnapper attempted to flee. Hello, Holistic. Welcome to the stream.
Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine.
Sasayama gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear.
All right, everyone, it's time. Keep your eyes open.
Oh, it's an older guy, okay. The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze. Kuze. Interesting. HQ's operations director. Individual responsible for directing the investigation and event of a serious crime. If a task force is set up, the operations director is the one who assumes command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy for the MPD as an operations director. In reality, this position usually goes to a proven veteran. Until last year, he'd been the Shibuya precinct's head detective and Kano's supervisor. I wonder what happened.
We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down.
Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. It's kind of odd to, I don't know, kind of like, I keep thinking of Yakuza 0 and Kuze, and now we have Kuze as a police officer.
You don't sound too worried, Kuze.
Kano winced at Sasayama's word. Oh, goddammit, that's Sasayama.
You don't sound too worried, Kuze.
Kano winced at Sasayama's words. How could the man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. Whap! Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. The sound was louder than he'd intended. Though the suit hit his muscular physique, it did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called to action at any moment. The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whomever came to make the handoff on site. They're probably getting a patsy to do it. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being.
Still nothing.
Oh, that's Sasayama again! God damn it!
Still nothing.
Sasayama muttered.
There he is. He's here.
Oh, that's him. This is gonna happen the entire fucking Let's Play, isn't it?
There he is. It's here.
Excited chirp. Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Oh. When he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a childish register, prone to babbling and pitching his voice. Interesting. Oh. That probably means he's like a bad guy or something, or has a secret, and we'll be able to identify his voice because of that later. Won't we? I mean, it's possible not, but I'm just saying that they bring such attention to that.
Subject is a young man in his 20s, wearing a bandana and orange hoodie.
Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like an excited child. How should I write that?
Subject is a young man in his 20s, wearing a bandana and orange hoodie. Go, 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 go!
That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves. They could see the subject now. A 20-something male nonchalantly approached Tomi to talk to her.
All right, people. Be ready to grab this guy.
Oh, it's still Kuze. Ugh. You know what? I am not going to voice a line until the line after, because this is just going to keep happening.
All right, people. Be ready to grab this guy.
Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center, not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Tomi. Hello, Quixotic Bear. Welcome to the stream. The detectives watched, uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? Oh, okay. I was thinking, oh, okay, it's a choice. You'll encounter selections like these during the story. These choices will change the lives of other people in addition to changing your own fate. Use arrow keys to make your choice and then press space. What even is a mouse? The current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists. Okay. I'm gonna say I don't think that's him. The situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. The newcomer held a bunch of letter-sized papers. A bundle of letter-sized paper, which he showed to Hitomi as he went on talking. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Yeah, that didn't look like the guy. Undeterred, the man kept trying to foist it off on her. Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as the statue of Hachiko behind her. Until finally the man gave up and walked away. I knew it. That would have fucked things up. Who's talking? Yes!
Guess it wasn't him.
Kano felt the tension in the moment linger in his spine.
Guy must have been hitting on her.
Sasayama muttered. Wow, they're saying who's talking on the same line. I really hope they do more of that. See. Seeing and meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, a person is trying to get your attention out of nowhere, just trying to make a sales pitch for a product or a nearby establishment. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference.
I mean, she is pretty cute and all.
He had a point.
There, of course.
Oh. Got me again.
Of course.
Something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself.
She's got nothing on my Michan.
There it is! Another one! So this is the guy Mion married eventually, eh? Michan was Sasayama's wife. They'd gotten married just last month.
Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself.
This was Sasayama's favorite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it.
Sasayama, come on. Just knock it off already, okay?
The phrase had become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them.
Fine, fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend then. Huh? Now? You can't be serious.
Sasayama leaned in close again.
What's she like? We are not having this conversation.
Kano muttered, looking away.
Oh, come on!
Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker. I bet the guy's gonna come while they're doing this.
Show me your phone. Let me see your lock screen. Huh?
Sasayama pawed for the phone.
You got a pic of your girl on your lock screen, yeah? I do not!
But he did. What is it? Is this Kaguya now? Or we're doing the friggin'... It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were.
Hey, cut it out! We're in the middle of an investigation. I am investigating.
Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. Sasayama poggers, eh? His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen.
The heck is this? It's not. Ain't this Masami Nagahama?
Okay, now this is definitely someone we don't know. A national star. Tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been in a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national, so she's either just an idol that he likes, or she really is his girlfriend. I wouldn't put it past him. He's really, really handsome and has a good position in the world, so... Kano realized he had to bite the bullet.
No, that's my girlfriend. Her name's Rumi and she's...
Sasayama cut him off.
You're telling me this ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama.
Well, that's probably just her stage name.
Like I said, you sly old dog! Try to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama. I am not. I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her.
Oh, so just like, they're like doubles or something. Or they could even be twins, who knows? Sasayama let out a huff.
For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that? There's nothing to fall for, I swear.
Sasayama scowled, unconvinced.
Alright, then why don't you marry her?
He's like an elementary schooler. It's like,
Well, why don't you marry her if you love her so much?
Kano stammered, but he had no answer. The truth was, he would have happily married her already. But there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Well, if she is that idol, then, you know, the whole thing in Japan that idols can't get married, have relationships. So that could be the reason.
Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job.
Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Tomi. And they watch, and Tomi has already handed off the case to the guy during their whole conversation. Just imagine if, like, if she handed the case over to the guy, and he actually handed her a completely different case, and they would be none the wiser, and they would think she never handed it over. But Kano let out a quick, uneasy sigh. But his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful. That makes sense. But the guy could be coming at any time. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered at Tomi. The strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 5,000, 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. The kidnapping case had begun the day before, at around 7 p.m.
This is MPD Dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is reporting a missing person, believed to be an abduction.
In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring or deceiving someone into the control of a third party is known as kidnapping. Using forcible threats or violence to achieve the same result is known as abduction. Interesting distinction.
Subject is Maria Osawa, a 19-year-old student at Midoriyama Academy. Last seen at the LL Diner near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in this vicinity reported the scene at once.
Kano and Sasayama had been working at a burglary case in Jingumai's 5th district when they got the call. How is the music for you guys? Is the music too low or could it be louder? Hello, Nagels. Welcome to the stream. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to secure the area, blocking off entry to nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Oh wow, that's what he really looks like. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met by the girl who'd reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi.
Could you tell us about when Maria was taken, starting from the very beginning?
Kano said, keeping his voice low. My sister and I, we were supposed to go to a party together today. Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse. But I messed up the time. I should have prayed at 7, an hour later than I was supposed to. So Maria had gone alone to the party, a mix of her locals and exchange students. Hitomi, arriving late, had shown up just in time to glance out through the restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into a car. I wonder if they were really after Hitomi and they got Maria by mistake. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make. Why would something like this happen to her? Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over.
Did you get a good look at the kidnapper?
Yes, it was a man, middle-aged. There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer. He identified himself as a lecturer at Hitomi and Maria's school. Let's see. Hello, Mystery Theater. Welcome to the stream. What voice should I give him? You know what? He's the only American here, right? So.
I saw two. It's like Hitomi says. I heard Hitomi cry out, so I went to the window to look. And
his Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been in the country very long. And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone. Leland explained that he'd seen the man shove Maria into the back seat, then clamber into the driver's seat. If he had an accomplice, wouldn't they have been driving? Neither Hitomi nor Leland had gotten a good look at the suspect's face. Kano was interviewing others who had been on the scene, looking for other potential witnesses when his phone rang. It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the senior detectives. Goddamn, okay. Fuck. He's probably important since they gave him a name. Let's see. What voice to give you? If he's a rival to Kano, let's see. Temporarily, I'll give him this voice.
We've set up a task force for the investigation. Get back to the station once you have a handle on the situation there.
Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. Roughly 150 people are working on the case in the Shibuya Precinct's conference room. Wow! Damn. Hello, Ebles. Welcome to the stream. Yep. Have a good time at work. The main force at work is HQ's first Special Investigation Unit. Additionally, other detective sections, a riot squad, and investigators from neighboring precincts have been assembled. When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuze had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team had been formed. In a case where someone has been abducted for ransom, it is often difficult to resolve the situation without cooperating with the victim's family. But the family can also be a hindrance in making an arrest. To help guide the family's actions, a response team was assembled and stationed at the victim's home, led by an investigator with the proper training. It would be very hard if it was an FMV game. I think they wouldn't have the budget for that. Because then it would be super, super long, I'd imagine. Kano could feel a particular tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around the Shibuya offices. Oh wow, the game auto-saves and there's no manual save. Holy shit, wow. That is some crazy ass mechanics going on. Damn. Wow, like, I've never seen a game like this. Like, only autosave, no manual save. And you can't even use the mouse properly. Kind of, I guess the saving thing is a gameplay design decision, but I would hope some mods, not you guys mods, but like modders could put in proper mouse support, because that's just crazy. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hotiko in Shibuya. Have the sister Tomi bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit.
Kajiwara from the precinct was put on the response team, along with detectives from elsewhere who'd received special training in abduction cases. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in a victim's home. Kuze, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial, and had sent Kajiwara along. The detectives disguised themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion. Arriving there at 8:30. Yeah, that's a reference you only get if you've seen Angry Video Game Nerd. Flowers don't wear ties. The response team had come prepared to run a trace if the kidnapper contact the family a second time. Like, I get that, you know, the save thing is probably a design decision, and that's fine, but the mouse thing is kind of really... That's an unfortunate thing, that you can't use the mouse properly. The act of pinpointing the source of an incoming phone call. Yep. Nowadays, yeah, practically instantaneous. Basically, that's nothing quite unique there. But there were no further calls. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time designated for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear.
Crap.
Okay, that's probably the other guy.
Crap. You think we might have spooked him?
He wondered aloud.
Hey, stay calm.
Oh, it's the other way.
Crap. You think we might have spooked him?
He wondered aloud.
Hey, stay calm.
Sasayama scanned the passing throng.
He's just playing with us. Why'd this guy even pick this place?
Oh, god damn it! This is gonna happen a lot, I can tell. Jeez.
Why'd this guy even pick this place?
Kano voiced the question he'd been asking himself ever since he'd heard the kidnapper's demands. Sasayama shrugged.
Figure he must want to blend in with the crowd. Nab the money and disappear before anyone knows he's there, would be my guess. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza?
The big crowd didn't just benefit the kidnapper after all. It also allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. Right now, there were 50 detectives stationed within a 50-meter radius of where Tomi stood. Damn, One detective per meter. Holy shit. The kidnapper would be taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Yeah, it seems like to me they want to set up a show or something. I wonder when we're going to meet our villain here. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko.
You're overthinking things, pal.
Sasayama grumbled. Oh, he's like Gumshoe.
No, I'm not.
Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. They're like, damn, this was Kano's dick diary, which he always kept close at hand. And I accused my 12-year-old self, giggling. Sasayama rolled his eyes.
That thing again.
Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. Yeah, these two are really, now that I'm thinking about it, damn. They are really a lot like Edgeworth and Gumshoe, only I think Sasayama is a lot smarter than Gumshoe, I think.
Aha! Here it is.
Okay, they're definitely doing it on purpose. Dictum 89, the more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. Yeah. Okay, they're doing it on purpose. Oh my god. It was a favorite saying of Kyuzo Tateno, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tateno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. Okay, so he's basically his role model. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi hadn't been informed of how much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper.
I think Tateno has the right idea.
Sasayama snorted quietly.
Maybe, I mean, he's a great detective. Don't get me wrong. But do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider?
That's also true. Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tateno, as both a detective and as an individual. I wonder when we're going to see Tateno. Or maybe, you know, they're setting up Tateno to die, and like that'll really kick off the story. He had first witnessed Tateno's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze. While the others hesitated, Tateno unflinchingly doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building. What? Why the fuck did he do that? When he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene. He could have just doused himself with like water or something, and the guy I don't think would be any the wiser, given the fact that the whole place is going to smell of gasoline anyway, because of the stuff he already doused. True mad lad. Oh wow. Oh, so that's young. No, okay. That's young Kano. The others had been awestruck by Tateno's actions, and Kano, who at the time had been content to be run-of-the-mill policeman, and found it quite inspiring. Yep. He's his senpai. I wonder if he calls him Aniki.
Still, you know.
Sasayama murmured under his breath.
As great a detective as Tateno is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever heard of him. I suppose not,
Kano said.
So? Only time anyone ever hear a cop's name is if he's caught up in some scandal or killed in the line of duty. I mean, doesn't really seem fair, does it?
Oh. Wait, what's going on? Oh. Oh, there's a grammatical error here. It's missing the quote. The end of the quote there is missing for Sasayama's.
I mean, just doesn't really seem fair, does it?
Kano just shrugged. It was a strange definition of unfair, really.
I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and
That's probably Sasayama.
I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff. So how come no celebrity gumshoes, you know?
I mean, in Ace Attorney, they're definitely well known.
Look, please, can you just focus on what we're doing here?
Kano rubbed his eyes, then turned his attention back to Tomi.
What's the matter? Didn't sleep? Not enough, I guess. Did you eat? Didn't have time.
Between bringing in supplies for the base of operations, readying the team's vehicles. Okay, just saying what a base of operations is. Photocopying hundreds of documents and various other tasks, Kano had barely slept the previous night and hadn't gotten a meal in either.
What have you been doing?
Sasayama puffed out his chest. Oh,
What have you been doing? Saving up my energy for today. So you were sleeping.
oh my god, it's totally Edgeworth and Gumshoe here. Ah, that's gonna be great. Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame.
There he is!
Oh, that's Kuze.
There he is!
Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece.
A man in his 20s wearing a sleeveless red jacket. He's carrying a garbage bag.
Eco. A young man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Tomi was standing. He strode towards her, a sinister look on his face. He didn't match Tomi's description, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper had hired some young street punk to snatch the ransom payment. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why would he come himself?
That our guy? What do you think, Kano?
Sasayama whispered.
Yes, I think he's got to be.
This was it. God, this music is amazing. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Could this be the culprit? Or perhaps... The young man tried to snatch the briefcase from Tomi, but she clung to it with desperate strength. It was him! The detectives rushed in. Okay, this guy.
Whoa! Hey! What the hell, man?
The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away, but the officers closed in, forcing him bodily to the ground.
Target secured. Oh, jeez, I think we got another suspect on the scene.
Ah, he's taking the ransom! Are you serious? Another guy? Oh, that was Kuze again. God damn it. Kuze's hysterics made Kano spin around. Sure enough, a foreign-looking man was sprinting away, attaché case in hand. Is it that guy? The mob of detectives scrambled to pursue. Before Kano could react, most of them had run off, leaving him to look after the original suspect. How the fuck did they get the case when 50 guys were dogpiling him?
What should I do with this guy, sir? He might have some connection to the kidnapper. Should I bring him in? Oh, sure, that'd be swell. I'm on it.
With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought the suspect back to the Shibuya precinct.
Look, how many times do we have to go through this? Cut the crap.
In the interrogation room, the young man who gave his name as Achi and Tomi, oh, that's the other choice guy, steadfastly insisted on his innocence.
Why'd you try to steal that case?
Kano watched Achi's face intently.
Like I said, it looked heavy. So I was just trying to help her out.
Sure you were. And yeah, and you still tried to do it when she wouldn't let you? Yeah, the fuck, right? It wasn't inconceivable that a young guy would want to help a pretty girl. But Tomi had just been standing there, hardly in desperate need of assistance. She hadn't set the case down. Oh, that was him.
She hadn't set the case down, so I figured there had to be something important inside, dude.
An entry from Kano's dick diary shot through his mind. Dick shot. Dick him. 25. When the tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth. My God. This is... I'm getting massive Ace Attorney energy from this game. Classic advice for a questioning.
Something important, you say? Such as...
Eureka! How the heck would I know?
Achi spat. He huffed and slumped back in his chair. The standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind. Chasing down criminals was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of off-the-scene work went into cracking a case. Once again, he had Achi explain what he'd been doing, starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room for a short break, he learned that there had been some progress on the case at the crime scene. What the police hadn't been able to determine, however, yet was whether or not Maria was safe. Fighting back his anxiety, Kano consulted his dick diary. Dick him, 54. Haste makes waste. Oh my God. Okay, this is amazing. Yeah, it's total. Yeah, this is gonna be great. It's the Ace Attorney tone, except in live action. He felt his tension subside. Remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell.
Ooh.
Kano returned to confront Achi once more.
You were there to act as a distraction, to mess up the investigation. Weren't you?
Achi looked a bit dumbfounded.
What are you on about, dude?
Dicked him, 55. The truth hungers to be free. Hungers. I hunger.
You hungry? Got some katsudon if you like.
I love katsudon! Japanese dish consisting of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and egg. There are several variations such as sauce katsudon, where the egg is replaced with Worcestershire sauce, and miso katsudon, where the pork is stewed in miso. Not typically the sort of thing a policeman offers a suspect during an investigation, this could be seen as baiting with food, as end is to be avoided. Hello T, welcome to the stream. Oh, that was Achi. Oh, no, it wasn't. He's responding. Achi nodded silently. Achi devoured the bowl of katsudon with gusto. He looked like he hadn't eaten in a while.
All right then, spill it. What's this guy after?
Achi just shrugged.
I don't know.
He murmured, a thick slice of egg-laden pork between his teeth.
How many accomplices do you have?
Kano asked, but Achi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. Resignedly, Kano flipped through his notebook once more.
Let's see. Number 115. Use the lights to your advantage.
As the minutes ticked past, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying a dozen different methods to tease out whatever his suspect might be hiding. The experience began to feel strangely surreal, their two voices echoing hollowly in the interrogation room. Eventually, Kano looked at the clock and realized that the questioning had been going on for nearly 5 hours. He still hadn't made any headway. What was he supposed to do next? Sorry. Tateno would know, but he sure didn't. something's gonna happen with Tetenu over the course of this game. He's either gonna die or be like the final boss or something. I can just tell by the way he's being set up. Or who knows, maybe I'm completely wrong. I have been in the past. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim and her family safe. Gritting his teeth in frustration, he perused the Dick Diary like it was scripture.
Number 116.
The monotonous questioning was clearly tiring Achi out. His eyelids drooped like they were beginning to get heavy.
Number 117. Get them when they're tired.
Kano's eyes gleamed.
Eureka! You're part of some criminal gang, huh?
He just fell asleep. Achi's head slumped forward heavily. Nodding off was basically the same as nodding yes, right? Okay. He's a lot sillier than I originally thought he was.
Mr. Kuze, I did it. The young guy we grabbed at the handoff site, he finally confessed to the crime.
What the hell? You're not Edgeworth at all.
What? What are you talking about?
Kuze laughed in disbelief.
We're just about to apprehend the mastermind here.
Huh. Kano clutched his cell phone, dumbstruck.
Listen, why don't you, look, just wait there at HQ, okay?
No, it can't be.
Hi.
What is going on? What? Oh my god! After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kano tendered his resignation?
Guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all,
he thought to himself. Are you serious? He dropped the Dick Diary on his desk as he left the Shibuya precinct for the last time. What? That end? I didn't even make a choice. I didn't even make a fucking choice. Kano wound up at a bad end. However, this does not mean that the choice you made for Kano was the wrong one. One of the other protagonists, Achi had an impact on Kano's fate here. You can avoid a bad end by making proper decisions. In another character's story. I see. Oh wow, that is so cool. For a detailed hint, check the tip by underlining the bad end title. I can't do that. I didn't even make any choices. How did I get? That's not my fault. I didn't even make a fucking choice. Kano had every reason to suspect Achi, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. I didn't choose to arrest him. The story just progressed that way. If Achi hadn't approached Tomi, this wouldn't have happened. Try playing Achi's story up to 10:30 and making a choice that keeps him from going up to her. If you do that, Kano wouldn't even have a chance to arrest him and things should play out differently. That's insane. I assume that, hello, person with the coffee avatar. Welcome to the stream. I can't read Japanese. You can now select Achi Endo, one of the other protagonists. Let's follow Achi's story for a little while.
Achi and Tomi.
Here we go. Oh, he's pretty strong. Looks like it anyway. Achi Endo called out the door to his father's room.
Okay, heading out.
Sure.
His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door.
Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop?
It's not like we're gonna get any customers.
Achi grimaced.
Yeah, I guess not.
It looks like, yeah, I think I might give him a battler type voice. The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Yeah, the surfer dude thing is a bit too close to Sasayama, what I did for Sasayama, so I think, I'll give him more of a laid-back type of battler type voice. The drawer by the front held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled out a few of them.
Guess it's gonna be that kind of day.
He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped down on his favorite pair of sneakers. The entryway to Achi's home also led into the family shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought the risk of avalanche. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building, then up through Dogonzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might well assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains booming through Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business, thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. Jess, I was thinking the exact same thing. Brawn Tube Workshop, yes. Oh my god. Yeah, seriously. But things weren't looking too good for the future. Achi, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there. Achi stepped out of the shop into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits.
Alrighty, time to do this!
He unfurled one of the big garbage bags which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while.
Sheesh, this place is filthy.
He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed in the ground. Oh, he's collecting recycling for money. Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag. He'd been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days, he'd fill his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogonzaka to the train station. Today, he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here. He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by 2 men, one with brown hair and one with black. Okay, it's a different girl. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash cleaning walks around town. I think I see where this is going.
Another kind of trash to take care of. Time to take out the trash.
Achi quickly interposed himself between the girl and the 2 recruiters.
Hey, can't you see that you're bothering her? Huh? Who the hell are you?
The 2 men glared.
Take a hike, pal.
Achi stood his ground.
Look, she ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some other mark.
The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage.
Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? Listen, you guys, have you ever seen an anime? Do you know what's gonna happen here?
The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone.
How about we take this someplace more quiet, yeah?
What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young moon, let's go someplace more quiet might suggest a cafe or a park. But to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passerbys are unlikely to interrupt. Exactly, Mystery Theater. This is exactly like a Yakuza side story here. The girl stood by uneasily watching the goings-on. It's like we could hear the jingle. Da-da-da-ding, ring.
Hey, take it easy. I'm not looking for trouble. Is that supposed to be an apology? I'm gonna need some big, pal.
The man spat his gum onto the ground. Achi looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk.
No littering.
His last shred of goodwill vanished.
You better pick that up. Right now. What? Didn't you hear me? 'Cause I told you to get down on your knees and bah!
There we go. Achi's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw.
Whoa, easy, pal! I told you, haven't you ever seen a fucking anime?
The other man's bravado drained from his face. Achi tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow. The man struggled, but Achi just tightened his grip.
Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know? Ever stop to consider that? Wait, are you?
Oh, he has a street name. He's a legend. The other hustler's panicked eyes had fixed onto Achi's chest.
Gah! Oh crap! That shirt, man!
The guy's voice was starting to break.
That's Mean Clean! A guy with a Mean Clean shirt carrying around a trash bag. That means you're...
His face went pale.
Gah! Mean Gleam?
The other man echoed the words through his held-shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes.
Get it right, pal.
Achi clenched the man's jaw harder still.
It's Mean Clean. We're sorry, man. You're Achi, right? We honestly had no idea. Come on, man. You gotta cut some slack.
The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Finally, Achi let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two thugs scampered off.
Hey, so,
Oh, that's the girl. Hey, so, a shy smile came to the girl's face. Oh, she has a name here. Ryoko Kakanuma, a second-year student at Midoriyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to a part-time job at a cafe. It's a popular plot in trashy e-novels for the main character to fall in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life. Thank you for saving me.
no, I apologize.
Huh? The girl stared in surprise.
You'll run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya is a good town.
Yeah. Okay. Achi gave her a quick wave, then turned and continued on his way down Dogonzaka. Achi was Shibuya born and raised. Playground has been the rest of his days. He was keenly aware of all the changes that the ward had seen since he was a kid. Grocery stalls and inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Achi knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch. Achi made his way down toward Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the Scramble. The Shibuya Scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart, with streets like Bunkamura-dori and Center Gai serving as the arteries pumping a bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya.
I must inspect every nook and cranny.
And then there was Achi, just another part of this great urban organism.
Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell? Huh. Hold on. Is that right, or did I have it right the first time?
White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. Red blood cells carry oxygen through the body. Achi was probably thinking of white blood cells. Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya. Yep. Here we go.
Oh, she's totally my type.
Oh, I thought I was going to explain who its type is.
Wonder if she's a model or small-time actress or something.
Looks like she's
waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Ding.
Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Damn those CEOs. Crouching down to tie off the trash bag, he then continued gazing wistfully at the girl. Then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might use. It was a large case, and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. You've reached a decision point. Let's have Achi not approach Tomi. Yep.
But first, I gotta dump this trash.
He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Now Achi won't approach Tomi, which means he will avoid being arrested by Kano. At the same time, Kano's fate will also change. And he will no longer wind up at a bad end. So let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart. Press F2 to open it up. Damn, this is like all kinds of things. This is like Zero Escape and Ace Attorney at the same time here. Holy shit. This shows the protagonist's progression through the story. Decision points are marked with an arrow. Kano's fate has changed based on Achi's actions. Select Kano's 1030 block, then press space.
I suppose you could call it that.
Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame.
There he is!
Oh, that's Kuze.
There he is!
Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. Ooh.
The man in the black coat! He's not Japanese, looks to be in his early 30s!
Previously, Achi got mixed up with Kano and the police, but now, another man has appeared instead. By changing what Achi did, you've also changed Kano's story. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Tomi was standing. He made his way toward her, his expression blank. He didn't match the description Tomi had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment.
Alright,
Sasayama raised an eyebrow.
this may be our guy.
This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready for action. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Ooh. Was this the culprit? Or perhaps... Yep, the stranger took hold of the attaché case. It was him! En masse, the detectives began to close in.
Let's go, Kano. On it.
Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man veered suddenly, running right toward them. What? Keep out. What's that? Oh, it's a story lock. Damn, this is fucking Zero Escape. Keep out refers to a point in the story where your progress is currently stopped. In order to advance beyond a keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist's story. At 10:30, Achi has the text. Young man in a suit set as red keywords. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Achi's story back to Kano's. Now head back to Achi's story and keep an eye out for that key phrase. By following the story from Achi at 10:30, approach the girl. Alright, back here.
First, I gotta jump this trash.
He looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Well, it's so you experience the story in the way they intend, Void Dweller. It's like an AI Somnium and things like that. So you get like so they can set up a climax and everything. 13 Sentinels is like that too, except probably the most complicated example of a game like this I've seen. Who knows if this is more complicated or less than that one.
Huh?
A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. Something tells me that's not her boyfriend. The girl handed the attaché case over to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Okay, apparition, thanks so much for staying so long. Whoa! A nearby homeless man suddenly left over Achi and broke into a run. Yep, that's him. Okay, you guys. How long have we been going? I just want to check. Oh, it's only been an hour. Oh, holy shit. Never mind. Jeez. I broke into a run. Yep, Sasayama. Yuji Sasayama, detective within the Shibuya precinct, known as the cosplay detective, due to the strange outfits he wears while on stakeouts. He's partnered with Shinya Kano for the kidnapping investigation. Hold on, you guys. I just need to turn on the air conditioning. It's getting hotter all of a sudden. Pain in the ass. Ow. Jeez. If he's the cosplay detective, I wonder if we're gonna see him in like a bunch of other costumes. broke into a run as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. Here we go. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Some words in the text appear in red. Red text denotes important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists' stories. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear out a keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press tab to underline and then press space. A window will appear allowing you to jump. Then press space to continue. The character story after the keep out. Give it a try. They can't make the font smaller for those. Okay, let's do it. By performing a jump from the screen, you can advance another protagonist story past to keep out. Why do I feel like in the climax of the game, it's gonna have you do like 6 different jumps all in a row, and it's gonna be like epic as shit. It's like jumping from one to another, to another, to another. Like all to do something really epic and save the world or something. Just to keep out. Press space to confirm and jump over to Kano's story.
Let's go, Kano. On it.
Sasayama and Kano leapt into action. You did it! Jump successful. In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear keep out. Keep this in mind as you advance through the story. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while if you get stuck somewhere interesting. Try to unique protagonists and make different decisions to advance. You now use the time chart and the main menu. In the main menu, you can access gameplay explanation and adjust settings. Press F2 to open the time chart. And F1 to open the main menu. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right toward them.
Whoa!
Catching sight of the 2 detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt, then bolted off into a new direction. What a banana peel! Oh yeah, he kind of whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red, and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. There was no escape for the culprit now. Or so it appeared. Is he gonna do some crazy, like, superpowered shit? The converging cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Then the foreigner bailed straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing.
Kano, are you crazy? Come back!
Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward. With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Just a little closer. Just a little closer, and he'd be in tackling range. He leaned forward, trying to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never.
Kano, back off! Don't take him down!
It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece.
Huh?
Kano hesitated in surprise, as he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal.
Let him go for now. The real purpose is somewhere else.
Oh, obviously. Jeez. What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator? Police team, arrest team, the police team dedicated task of apprehending the criminal. While a kidnapping case is in progress, the roles of the officers involved are carefully designed so that every officer is ready to take immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and true veteran MPD officers are put in charge of teams for breaking into buildings or apprehending the suspect.
Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's trail. Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos.
Team deployed by the MPD to handle the actual tests and techniques of on-scene investigation. Just collecting them, comparing fingerprints, and analyzing photos of suspects. Even if the foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. They should have followed him, covertly. Kano recalled another maxim from his Dick diary. Dick Dictum 12. Always assume a worst case scenario. That's actually really good advice. If Kuze had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom, and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all? Oh god! Shit. Fuck berries. Oh god. Choices! Let's see. How about... the worst case scenario, it means to, if I'm gonna follow his little notebook thingy, then it would be A. But if I'm gonna follow the kind of person he seems to be, then it would be B. Because he seems very straight-laced and by the book. Let's see. I think it might be, yes, Jess, he's a loose cannon cop. Maverick. The other officers chase after it. It's surprising because Sasayama looks the part of the loose cannon cop. But, let's see. I'm going to go B. Kuze's instructions have been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing to the next wave of detectives in the direction of the foreigner had fled. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face. But if Kuze had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. He had just ceased his pursuit when Kuze's panicked voice started to shrill in his ear. Eee! Someone's taking it to me! Oh, wow! Okay, so we better... A good thing we broke off pursuit. Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawking immediately.
Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori. What?
Kano could hardly believe it. I think I made the right choice. Tomi had been kidnapped? Had she been abducted by whoever taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search for the man who'd taken Tomi. If he was heading toward Meiji Dori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways nearby. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed the ransom money.
Kuze's right. The kidnapper wasn't acting alone.
Wait, something was amiss. Tomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner, then stopped short. Oh no! Bad end. Shit. Fuck. The man in black was standing there pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired. Dead. Damn it. Kano felt hot all over as if he were on fire. All except for his cheek, Pressed against the asphalt and the plain palms of his hand, they felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away. God fucking damn it! Well, here's another one of those bad ends. 2 down, 48 to go. Wait, what? Have Achi make the choice to talk to Tomi? I don't think that's the right way to go, because then that just leads to the other bad end. God damn it. Okay, time to do the other choice. Letting the perp escape now is too big of a risk. You have to catch this guy ASAP. The man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano run faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. Ah! Someone's taking it, Tomi! Oh, that was Kuze.
Someone's taking it, Tomi!
Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawk immediately.
Savage male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori.
Wait a minute. Is this the same?
What?
Kano could hardly believe it. Tomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by overtaking Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano saw that the road forked up ahead. The man with the attaché case ran to the left. The man who'd taken Tomi was heading toward Meiji Dori. There's a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways off to the right. Okay, it is different. Okay, good, it's different. I was worried it was going to be the same, and I was like, what? Okay. Making a snap judgment, Kano told the detective behind him to follow the case snatcher. Then turn and head down the nearest alley. So you literally need 50 of them, of the bad ends, to unlock the true ending. Wow. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed him. Oh no, it is. What am I gonna...
Kuze's right. The kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him.
Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner, then stopped short. Again! Okay, same. God damn, are you serious? Okay. Yeah. He's dead again. That choice didn't make a goddamn difference. But I don't understand, because going back to Achi would mean I get the other bad end. Or, damn. Hello, NGH. Oh, fuckberries. Because if we approach the girl, then Kano is just going to arrest Achi by accident. Are you sure? But wouldn't that just set it back to the way it was? Okay. Let's see. That seems like it would just set it back to the way it was originally, but alright.
Now, what kind of person makes a young lady lugs something heavy like that?
Achi figured he'd try to offer to carry for her. The girl kept shifting her grip. It was clearly a strain for her to keep holding the case, but she didn't sit it down. Whatever was inside had to be something pretty important. Achi made his way over to her, bristling inwardly at whoever had left her waiting like this.
If I were you, I'd bust the head of the punk that kept you waiting.
Huh?
That thing looks heavy. Let me carry it for you.
The girl stared back at Achi with wide eyes, but said nothing.
Really, I'm happy to help. I'm not gonna steal it or anything.
Oh my god, wow, he was actually serious. His tone was hurried, and he impulsively reached for the attaché case. An instant later, a group of men descended on him from all sides.
Whoa, hey, what the hell?
For an instant, Achi froze, unable to process just what was happening. He tried to run, but the men shoved him unceremoniously to the ground and held him there. They were shouting about something or other, but he couldn't make out their words. The more he tried to struggle, the harder they held him down.
What the hell is this?
You can tell us that down at the precinct.
A man in a suit knelt alongside him, flashing a police badge. He identifies, policeman, yep.
What? You're arresting me? Heck did I even do?
Instead of answering, they shoved Achi into the back of the patrol car. He gazed dejectedly out the window. He could still see the girl. She didn't have the case anymore. Now she was talking to a man with a cane. Was he the person she'd been waiting for? A moment later, the car turned the corner, and the two of them slipped out of view. Achi slumped back in the seat, sulking and silent. That looks like the prosecutor's badge. Several hours passed. After a bunch of pointless questioning, the police finally determined he was innocent, and his father came to pick him up. For a long while, Achi just stared intently out the window of the car. Finally, his father caught his attention. The old man seemed to be in a surprisingly good mood, despite having to collect his son from the jailhouse.
Achi?
Let's see, what?
Archie, there's something I want to talk to you about.
It was about me taking over the shop. Now's not the time, okay?
No, it's not that. Look, let's just get home first.
Sure. Don't feel like going out today anyway. Now I'm curious. What do you want to talk about?
I got some good news. I think you'll be pleased.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Please don't tell me you're getting remarried or something. Dad? I really don't like the sound of that.
And so began a very long conversation. What the fuck is going on? Why the creepy music? Is this like a bad end? Bad end? Why is that a bad end? Achi was trying to be nice, but when he tried to take the attaché case, he walked right into the middle of a police stakeout. His heart was in the right place, but the timing was a bit off. Maybe we should finish dealing with the garbage first and watch how the situation played out. I already did! What do I do? I just... Is his father like super evil or something? Wait, like, I bet his father is someone important in the story. What do I even do? I literally have done. What did I not do? I bet because the father's face was never shown, I bet he's someone super important to the story. What am I supposed to do? I did literally every possible choice. Is there any other character to choose? Do I try this again? Alright, dump the trash.
First, I gotta dump this trash.
You look around to see if there was a garbage. I'll try this again. I hope this.
Huh?
A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black and wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. Alright, I'm not gonna read it again when it's the same. Something tells me he's suspicious. Okay. So the only thing I can possibly imagine is that it's not gonna force us to go to Kano again here. This is the only thing I can think to do. Then, seemingly from everywhere, a whole bunch of other guys burst into motion. First one, then another, a third and a fourth and a fifth, over a dozen now.
What the heck?
Clearly something big was going down. Were they after the attaché case? Within moments, Achi lost sight of them all through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with the case was sure to get caught. But wait, what about the girl? Achi turned back around. The girl was still there. She was staring in the direction that the man who'd taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Oh! Those sly dogs. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Here we go. And Achi's gonna save her from being kidnapped. And that way Kano could chase the guy without any issue. Achi couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Now Kano's choice is not going to be a dead end. It's going to actually do something. Couldn't shake the feeling something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on. But Dusty was making up his mind. A middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly over to her first. Was there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Achi could scarcely believe his eyes. Is it gone? Yeah.
A revolver.
Colt Detective Special. Detective Special. A .38 caliber revolver introduced in 1927 by Colt's Manufacturing Company. A classic example of a snub-nosed revolver. As the name implies, the weapon is frequently carried by detectives, narcotics officers, and the like for self-defense. single fluid motion, the man lifted up the gun and pointed into the girl's direction. He was aiming right for her head. Huh? The girl had noticed the man with the cane now. Seeing the gun pointed right at her, she froze in fear. Achi didn't hesitate.
Ah!
Breaking into a full run, he tackled the gunman with all his might. Caught off guard, the man sprawled to the pavement. But the would-be assassin kept hold of his weapon and quickly scrabbled back to his feet. Achi knew he had to act fast. He grabbed the ashen-faced girl by the arm and attempted to drag her away.
This way!
He shouted. She just stared at him, uncomprehending, trembling like a startled animal.
Come on, run!
Finally, the girl snapped out of her daze and gave a fearful nod.
Police box, let's go. We'll find Doctor Who.
Okay. Let's see. I think let's just get out of here. Given that he has a gun, I think running as far as possible is the better choice, rather than going to a place that he can find you.
Let's just get out of here.
The would-be assassin was getting back to his feet. Hachi grabbed the girl by her hand.
Run!
This is so cool. Without so much as a backward glance, he led her beneath the railway overpass for the Yamanote line. Oh wow, that's a very famous train line. Heard that in a lot of different anime and visual novels. They need to get as far away as possible, fast. The best bet was to head towards the east side of the station. It was less crowded there. It would be easier to run.
Don't worry, you can trust me.
Dragging the hesitant girl behind him, he took off through the crowd. Suddenly it dawned on him that he still had the trash bag in his other hand.
You know, this thing's gonna be a real pain in my ass.
Ashi paused just long enough to toss the trash to a garbage bin as they passed by a park, then took off again. Someone shouted from behind.
Stop right there!
I'm guessing it's Kano. Achi looked back in alarm to see a stranger charging after them. It was one of the guys in the crowd who'd run after the attaché snatcher.
You gotta be kidding me. No, he's chasing us.
It is Kano! Whoever he was young and fit and getting fast. Realizing the girl who could never outrun this guy, Achi stopped abruptly. Shielding her behind him, he turned to face the stranger.
Why did you run off?
Oh wait, no, I didn't think it might not.
Because you were chasing us.
The other fellow eyed Achi skeptically. Maybe he was a buddy of the man with the cane. Keeping his guard up, Achi began to back away. I'll give him a similar voice.
Look, just let the girl go.
The guy was acting like he knew her. Achi glanced back, but the girl only shook her head wide-eyed. The other man's posture shifted, preparing to lunge. But as Achi braced himself for a scuffle, something came crashing down upon the stranger's head. Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh no. Shit. Oh no, Kano got another bad end. He can't help but... He's like the freaking girl in, freaking... What is that game called again? The other game by the creator of Phoenix Wright. With the dog and cat. And the ghosts. Anyway, his eyes wobbled and spun in their sockets and he collapsed in a heap on the ground. And there, standing behind him. Oh, new girl. Was the girl he'd helped out earlier. The one he'd saved from the hustlers. Oh my god. Ghost Trick, that's the game. Oh my god, this is literally a Satoshi Shion situation, isn't it?
Hey, you're the girl from this morning.
Oh my god. This is literally Satoshi and Shion. Let's see. What voice should I give her? Okay. And anybody got any suggestions for a voice for her, or I'll give her a Higginbonnet for now until we see more of her personality. Are you okay? Next to the fallen pursuer's form was a rather thick book. She nodded toward it. He looked dangerous, so I just threw that at him.
Oh yeah, thank you. This saves my bacon big time.
It's the least I could do after the way you helped me earlier.
Sure thing. You should probably get out of here before that guy comes too. Like you said, he's probably dangerous.
Right. Achi scooped up the heavy book and handed it to the girl, who promptly left the scene. Looks like she's gonna be another character we follow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give her the Higginbonnet voice until we can know more about her.
Now we better get out of here.
Poor Kano. Oh my god. The girl nodded. They started down the street, only to see the man with the cane round the corner a few dozen meters ahead.
This is not good.
The assassin had spotted them, and he hurried in their direction.
This way.
Achi led the girl into a nearby alleyway. But this way's a dead end, the girl said breathlessly. Okay, so she knows the town too.
Like I said, just trust me.
Ooh, knocked down a wall. Stopping abruptly, Achi kicked down a wooden plank covering a gap between two buildings, clearing a space that a person could fit through.
See, we can get away through here. In you go.
But the girl just stood there looking terrified.
What's the matter?
Achi asked.
Come on, we gotta hurry.
But I... She looked at him as if he too was about to pull a gun on her. He could hardly blame her. After all, he was just some random guy who had turned up out of nowhere. But this was no time for dawdling. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alley. They just stood there. He was going to catch them.
Okay, sweetheart, hear me out.
He said in a rush.
My name's Achi and Tomi. I live in the neighborhood and I'm not the kind to stand idly by while a girl is chased by some killer. So please, just trust me, and I'll do my best to keep you safe.
He hoped the look in his eyes could convince her he was being on the level. After a painfully long moment, the girl nodded in her acceptance.
Phew. Right, let's start with this.
They had paused beside an enormous stack of beverage crates, sponsored by Coca-Cola. With a quick shove, Achi knocked the whole pile down, sending it cascading across their pursuer's path.
Now that was a close call.
The man with the cane was floundering, struggling to get past the falling crates. Yep, Battler voice definitely suits him.
My bad, man.
Achi called out.
Mind cleaning that up for me?
The man scowled back at them and fumbled for his gun. Achi flashed him a wave goodbye and slipped away between the buildings with the girl. Log lady. Hurrying down a narrow alley, they emerged on a side street lined with dive bars and clubs. Assuming the man with the cane hadn't given up, he would probably lie in wait on the path back to the main road. Achi decided their best bet was to stay inconspicuous rather than risk getting caught on the move.
Guess we can lie low here for a bit,
He said. He led the girl onto the entrance of a tiny old hostess club. She followed him reluctantly. Achi flicked the switch inside the front door and a chintzy chandelier glowed to life. He sat the girl down on the small sofa beside the counter. She gave him a worried look. Achi felt a pang of embarrassment as he realized what she must be thinking.
Oh, no. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to try any funny business. Someone I know used to run this place. It's not in business anymore, so I figure we're safe here.
The girl chuckled at his evident discomfort. All right then, she said.
So, we good?
We're good.
Okay. Well, good.
Achi made a vague attempt to straighten his disheveled clothes. So, how about some introductions? Oh, that's him. God damn it.
So, how about some introductions? I'm Achi Endo, like I said earlier. You can just call me Achi.
Oh, sorry. I'm Hitomi Osawa. You can call me Hitomi, I guess. With each new word out of Hitomi's mouth, Achi felt his heart sing. Oh, he fell in love at first sight. She was charming, personable. Just about everything about her was captivating. Achi had never met another girl like her. Achi?
Blech!
Is something the matter? You were spacing out there for a bit. Achi shook his head to dispel his daze.
Damn it, there's no time to get all starry-eyed. This is like a scene out of a movie. I can't fuck this up.
He needed to think of some way to keep her safe from the guy who was after her.
Look, can you tell me what the heck is going on? Please. I need to know if I'm gonna help you.
Right. Okay. I'm not really sure where to begin. Hitomi looked down, lost in thought. Apparently hers was a long story. All right, she said at last. I guess I'll just explain things as they happened.
Wait, hold up. Could you keep it as simple as you can? I mean, I'm not really the sharpest tool in the shed.
He said as she made a shape, put her fingers in the shape of an L on her forehead.
Complicated explanations ain't exactly my strong suit.
Okay. I'll try my best. She got comfortable and then started her story. So, last night, somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange. So I did. Oh, what? Whoa, wait. God damn it. It auto-scrolled. Oh no. Oh God, how do I go back? Shit. Oh no. How do I see the text log? Okay, here. Okay, here we go. Thank you, guide. Okay. I'm reviving, advancing like this. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Zarmagus. And the man came by and took the attaché case with the money. And then afterwards, that other guy with the cane turned up and pointed his gun at me and...
Whoa. I'm sorry, hold up a sec.
Achi had suddenly lost the thread of the conversation. Oh, God! It confuses him to no endo. Okay. And here we go, just explaining it right here. If I had only been just a tiny bit more patient. Sorry, game. Okay.
Could you say that again, but like, simpler?
Huh? Sure.
I'm just having trouble following is all! I mean, is this the plot of some movie or soap opera?
No, that's not.
Or some kind of hidden camera show?
This is real. This really happened. The look in Tomi's eyes was dead serious.
She's gotta be telling the truth. What would be the point of lying?
And he had seen the attaché case and the gunman himself.
How much was the ransom, if you don't mind my asking?
Hitomi hesitated. 50 million yen, she said after a moment. Achi gave a whistle of amazement. The detectives told me that was a typical amount for a kidnapper to ask for.
It's plenty, that's for sure. I guess there's good money in that sort of thing.
As soon as the words were out, he realized his blunder.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. I shouldn't have put it that way.
He fidgeted awkwardly, and Hitomi looked away.
I'm an idiot. Okay, I think I get this kidnapping thing. So I'm guessing those guys who chased the guy who took the ransom were undercover cops.
He replayed the scene in his head.
But then...
The kidnapper took the attaché case and ran.
Oh, the kidnapper took the attaché case and ran, right? So if you were empty-handed, why'd that guy with the cane come after you?
I'm honestly not sure. I just... Yes, Eblis, pretty much. Hitomi's words trailed off. This was clearly difficult for her to talk about. Or she might be making it up.
Anyway, we should probably get you to the police as soon as we...
No, we can't do that! Hitomi's tone was resolute. I can't take this to the police, but you already did.
Why not?
Achi waited for an answer, but none came. After a long and awkward silence, she stood up from her seat. I really appreciate the help. But I should go now. She gave Achi a deep bow.
No, hold on! What do you mean go? Go where? Higurashi go?
He'd hurried to intervene as soon as she headed for the door. I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I'll figure the rest out on my own. Somehow.
Hey, I said hold on!
Hitomi ignored him and opened the door, and their argument came to an abrupt halt. Oh, fuck berries. Standing there was the man with the cane, his revolver in his hand. How the fuck did he find them? God. Oh, to be continued. I thought that was a bad end. Achi and Tomi's 10 o'clock story ends here. However, Kano's story is still stuck at a bad end. This is due to one of Achi's decisions. Go back and Achi's decision point at 10:35 and change the choice he makes and change Kano's fate. This way Achi's choice can help someone else while his own story remains resolved. The key to getting all the characters through the end is to go back and change choices for characters that have already made it through the current hour of their story. I thought I already did that, though. Okay. So now that's a true story lock. Well, you guys, I think this might be a good place to stop for today. Because you never know when we're going to reach another save point. And since it only auto-saves, and I assume it auto-saves at the end of certain parts. So, next time. Yes, Jess. I want to change my fate. Looks like we're going to be doing quite a bit of that in this game. I can't wait to see where this goes. The music is amazing, and I love the way the story's going. So, I believe on Tuesday we'll be continuing this, and on Sunday more Archinelico. So you guys, I can't wait to play more of this. This is already quite interesting, and I love the tone. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.